Welcome, guys. We're here to talk about Blue Dog and the George Rodrigue exhibit that's coming to Sand Springs in November of 2018. And so I thought it'd be good to get some history out there about who George Rodrigue was and what he did and why he did it. So when he first started out painting, he painted Cajun scenes of historical nature. He was trying to keep the history alive of the Cajun culture. So all of his paintings had kind of a base of a tree, a big oak tree. A lot of times it had moss draped down from it. And the people were always kind of like at the base of the tree, kind of that was where he set them, that was the setting of the people. He was born in 1944 and he became ill with polio as a child. And while he was sick with polio, his mom brought him some paint by number kits, which were new at the time. But he promptly turned them over and started drawing his own pictures. He was a big fan of monster things, and he would listen to the Lone Ranger with his family. And this is going to play an important role later in his adulthood when he started painting. So Rodrigue was commissioned to illustrate a book on Louisiana legends, drawing what he thought was drawing the loup-garou, and that's a Cajun werewolf. And so he didn't, there's no pictures of a loup-garou. So he used a picture of his dog, Tiffany, and decided he would paint her outside under that same kind of tree with a full moon. And he thought, well, she's a werewolf. She's going to have yellow eyes. So he changed her eye color and put a little blue to shade her. And he didn't even go out to make the blue dog. He never said blue dog. People saw it and said, this is a blue dog. And in fact, it took a few years before he ever started really painting in that style, just painting blue dog. Remembering how he was at hospitals when he was a child and seeing the polio victims, he decided to paint, and I believe these were some of his last paintings, he decided to paint a series of art on metallic surfaces. And he wanted the reflection of people, especially children, to see themselves in the image. And he donated these to hospitals, children's hospitals. I teach at Northwoods, and we tie the blue dog into lots of different things. At the top left one you can see is a kindergarten paper. And what they have done in that lesson is they have listened to jazz music, and so we've already drawn the blue dog, but then they have to draw the shapes of the sound as their background. And you can see some kids working on that in the middle, so that's kindergarten. The one to the upper right is a lesson where we tie two artists together. That's a blue dog. George Rodrigue actually did a blue dog kind of Tahitian style painting, and so we tie that one in with Gauguin and his tropical paintings. And so that's just a kind of little capsule of what we do at school to tie it into science and arts and all the different elements. And arts and education are really important. They foster academic achievement. Students are 3 times more likely to be awarded for school attendance. I know kids get sad if I miss school. They want me to be there. They want to be there. In countries that are ranking consistently highest for math and science, art and music education programs are mandatory. And so by bringing Blue Dog to Sand Springs, it's going to just boost the desire to have arts in our schools, I think. 72% of business leaders say that creativity is the #1 skill they are seeking when hiring. Students who have been in the arts program historically earned higher grade point averages and scored higher on the SAT than those without arts education. And the longer they were in arts education, it was the effect was improved. And groundbreaking work of cognitive neuroscientists reveals what we think are extras are actually central to strengthening our minds. Not only is it good for education, it's good for commerce. The economic impact of event-related audience spending, things that people come to an event and they go to dinner before the event, they purchase a t-shirt at the event. Afterwards, they go and have some dessert. Maybe they remember this place and they come back the next weekend and go to an antique store, or have different activities like that. The economic impact of this is typically 31.47 cents per person per event, beyond the cost of admission, and that's per person. So nationally, total event related spending was estimated at 102.5 billion, and this is from an old study from 2015. So this spending is going to support jobs, and it's going to provide household income, and it's going to generate government revenue, which we know in Oklahoma we could use. Mayors who work in thriving communities fully understand the connection between the arts industry and city revenues. Besides providing jobs, the arts industry generates government and business revenues. The arts have played an important role in the economic revitalization of many of our state cities, and it is a window to the spirit of our people. That was a quote from our mayor, Mike Birch, from the Americans for the Arts Conference. And it's true. It's going to bring the downtown back. When we have the Blue Dog exhibit come to Sand Springs, people are going to come. They're going to have dinner. They're going to remember places that they've seen and come back and shop the next weekend. It is just going to be a great beginning to the awakening.